So the community crunch has dropped, revealing very little. However, there is something to look forward to. We're going to briefly run down those patch notes, including the return of fast flyers. And we're going to be looking at some concept art that could possibly make it into ARK in the future. You're right kids, it's Rasclark, and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So community crunch 250, woof, that is a few community crunches done by Wildcard now. And to celebrate their 250th community crunch, they've got a load of fan art. And that's pretty much it. I'm aware that the team have just come back off their holidays and are working hard towards making sure Gen 2 drops as intended in March. And bless him, said the lead community manager for Wildcard did try his hardest to get a Gen 2 teaser in for this week's crunch and sadly missed the mark, which isn't the end of the world as we know. At least there's a Genesis Part 2 teaser coming soon. I'm hopeful this might be next week now, as it's been a bit of time now since we heard anything new and the hype train needs to begin. March isn't that far away now. And whilst yes, they revealed a heck of a lot of cool new things that were going to be given with Genesis Part 2, all of which I covered in great detail, link in the description, and added into my most popular video, 5 reasons to play ARK in 2021, which on the subject kids, thank you so much for the views and the follows. It's genuinely incredible. Thank you so much. So hopefully we're going to see some new news soon. No Evo event sadly this weekend folks, but there is a big event coming soon around early Feb that we've had year on year out called Love Evolved. If you've never seen this event before, breeding is dialed up to 11 with mating and maturation being speedier than ever and giving you the ability to imprint a heck of a lot of affinity with the chocolate boxes that the dinos drop when mated. It's a big event for breeding and I'm sure we'll be hearing some details on that very soon. So were my predictions right? Yeah, not too far off the mark. Of course the Explorer Notes and new tech chest were as we thought, and I've got a guide out there now, go and check it out, link in the description. New additional mesh biting detection, so hopefully you're not going to be competing against people camping crouch holes, biting the hell out of it with their dinos. However, I did run a few tests in single player in some of the more popular crouch points like Bear Cave and Pearl Cave on centre, and of course the hard snow cave on island, and I didn't die to the mesh. My Gigat didn't die, and so not sure whether this is currently only affecting official and unofficial servers. I'll have to do my research there. I'm really interested to see how much work has been done to make sure that's not a thing, because it's like one of the last cheesy things that's so overused in ARK, and I can't wait for it to not be a thing. Multiple mesh methods have been fixed. Obviously there's a new one being invented every other day, but it's great that Wildcard are cracking the whip and jumping on these as soon as they can. Your element rewards on Scorched Earth fighting the Manticore are now correct. Apparently there was an exploit to create names with invisible letters, that's been resolved. There's a few less rat holes out there, so if you're one of those hiding in your rat hole and you've just logged into death, it may be because your rat hole has been patched. The taming UI pop-up was apparently encountering some issues with reduced resolution, so that's been resolved. Tech turret, I was a bit off with my prediction. In fact, the issue was down to tribe ranks and that's been resolved now. No more duping beehives. Oh, that is a blessing. You don't realise how big of a deal that's going to be for servers. A great example is the area near Viking Bay on Ragnarok that most people will have encountered a quite substantial freeze, and that's because that area a hotspot for beehives that will respawn on top of each other every time there's a wild dino wipe. So you're going to find a lot less lag spikes in the future. The mana C4 dash has been patched, which was definitely needed, as it's too easy to dash at something with C4 on a mana and now they won't be able to dash if you put C4 on it. The Dino cheese, I was way off, it's not the weight glitch. Apparently there was a glitch that when you flashbanged a rider, they would get dismounted by that plant species Z fruit. Well, now that's been fixed. The Carno, this was quite unexpected. The Carno has had a bit of a spruce up. It's looking a bit more shinier. It's looking a little less uglier than it used to. And to be fair, the Carno is one of the ugliest dinos out there. So it's great to see that Wildcard have acknowledged that and given it a little facelift. It's not exactly TLC, it's more of course a bit of a texture upgrade, but it's great to see the Carno being given some love. But of course the big news, flyer movement speed. If you're not aware, years ago, you could level up your flyers in movement speed. Q, super duper fast. RGs, Wyverns, damn. During that time, RGs, in my opinion, were king of the skies, with RG speed, including their melee, making them lethal in the air. And Wyverns, oh my god, they would zip across the map in no time at all. And I think the Wyvern speed especially was a reason why Wildcard introduced this permanent flyer nerf some years ago, because it was getting a bit ridiculous. But there was a lot of us that outcried and didn't want that patch. But now, if you're on unofficial, there is a command line you can pop in that allows your flyers once again to be leveled in speed. I know there's a few unofficials out there that can't wait to integrate this one, especially perhaps more so PvE servers, but it's a wonderful addition that we've all been waiting for so long. And lastly, Jesus Conde, I hope I pronounced that surname right, who's the concept artist for ARK and Atlas, ran a stream recently where he showcased a couple of illustrations and frankly sharing a lot of cool knowledge of himself and his work. Now, the end products that he made in this video, which are giant mounted insects, with the dung beetle having a serious mounted gun on its back, aren't official sketches for anything. This is simply Jesus doing his thing and creating art. But you never know. We know Wildcard like to play tricks and tease little bits here and there. So these could possibly be teasers for what's to come in perhaps ARK 2. I certainly wouldn't expect anything like this to be hitting the original ARK game now. Concept art, of course, requires months and months and months of development following that. So if this is a teaser or perhaps just an idea, we might see something like this in ARK 2. Go and check the video out, guys. I'll leave a link in the description and make up your own mind. Thoughts about it being in ARK 2? I kind of hope not. I kind of want to be as primitive as we possibly can. And by primitive, I mean more accurate depictions of prehistoric real life. But nevertheless, it does look pretty cool. And it does make me wonder, what sort of dinos are we going to see in ARK 2? What do you want in ARK 2? Drop a comment below, let me know what you think. You never know, Wildcard might see this and might take your ideas. Thanks all for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And as always, peace out.